do 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 do. Good morning, everybody. It's the big day. We're back in. Today is the 28th of May, 2020. We're here on DexFXMarkets.com, and we're about to get into trading the system this morning. But we got about 10 minutes before the top of the hour. It's 10:50. And before we get in, I wanted to kind of discuss and show a few things, get things set up, and show you what I do when I get in. Of course, I have a lot of tabs open, right? So please don't have this many tabs open. Use some tab control, right? Get into being careful. Little tab courtesy, if you will. But I got so much stuff happening and so many things going on. And I'm not sure if you guys know this, okay? But I'm going to share my, I'm going to do a little demonstration here. Hang on one second. Let me stop sharing here so you can see my pretty little face. There is just a ton of things that we at Dex, the brand, do. And I've always really appreciated, you know, those that work really hard to build themselves a single brand. And that's the thing, right? There's a lot of people that work on a particular project, that work on a particular system, that want to make money from home. They want to work in that industry, you know, in doing anything from, you know, multi-level marketing to network marketing, all that kind of stuff. And most people forget how important it is to, you know, not fill every single second of your day with something, right? So here's the unfortunate part, is that there's always going to be more to do. It all depends on what you are doing that will allow you to, you have to make that time for other things, family, friends, rest is a big thing, working out, that kind of stuff. And that's some of the things that I try to do in my time, is to make sure that I have an easy balance of those things. And sometimes I work too much, or I don't work enough in one area over another. But before I show you all this, I need you all to know that this is a tremendous amount. And if you're watching this, if you're in the Dex FX Markets YouTube channel, there's going to be a small change that's coming to the YouTube channel. Now, the YouTube channel is called Dex FX Markets, and it's because we built this brand of Dex in a process to be able to help as many people as possible find their ideas success. And in doing so, the Dex brand has become a powerful learning tool for that channel, learning how to trade. Okay. Learning how to trade is all about making money, and making money is a process, especially now, that you can do from sitting at home or working from home. With our new tools that we just released with the Dex Atomic TV, we had some of our senior traders trading with it. And the ones like I just looked, it took me 5 seconds to load it onto my pad. And I have the app from Nadex on my pad. And now I can take this anywhere. I don't have to sit in front of my computer. I can take my pad that has data on it, and he goes off and he does this thing. That is mobility. And we have a saying here: don't try to make it easy till you learn how to make it, right? Don't try to make it easy. You know, learn how to make it before you make it easy, kind of mentality, right? So that's what we've done. We've learned how to make it. That's what the signals were in the very beginning. That's where everything sort of happened. We got in, we got gritty. We like tore into the world of Forex and binaries and Nadex, and we experimented out in the Forex world, and we got our tail handed to us, of course, because there's a bunch of scam artists and brokers and top line crappers that just rip you off and do whatever, right? I'm not afraid to say it. From Trading View, even all of our own brokers over here, Oanda and Forex.com, and all those rip off artists, all of them, that's all they are, is that they take advantage of people and take advantage of their livelihood and what they try to do, and they just needle it away until it's gone, right? And I have no qualms with saying that. So far, Nadex has been pseudo on that balance a little bit, playing, but that system there, because of the rules that they wrote, they really can't mess with a lot. But when they do mess, it's kind of still just tweaky, right? So I'm prepared for that. We can handle that. I'm going off on a tangent here. Back to the fact that we do a lot here on a Dex brand. So our YouTube channel is going to be we're going to call it Dex, right? I think it's still going to be like Dex Markets or something to that effect, but it's all going to be about things that you can do to, one, help your mentality, help you trade more, help you build more. If you're looking to build into business, those kind of things. So be sanctioned things that for a while, we're only going to be releasing trading videos in Dex FX Markets to the public, right? But we're going to be using the channel itself to house some of our Dex Ally stuff. And that's our network here, okay? And this network of Dex Ally is very inexpensive to get just a ton of stuff that you learn how to do, right? From using sort of at-home businesses stuff, workout stuff, there's just a ton of stuff in here. And this Dex brand is very powerful because there's a lot of people in it already that are using it to, they get the premium course and all that kind of stuff. So if you're a member of Dex FX Markets, I'm going to give you a premium membership here. That's right. I'm going to give you a premium membership because I'm tired of people saying, well, I can't afford to do a premium membership because, life's hard. And I'm not tired of the excuse of that process, but I'm tired of having that as something stopping somebody from figuring out what they can do to build their business or build a business. So I'm going to give this away. And as you learn, if it's something that you can or cannot do, excuse me, then you'll come back, right? You'll donate, you'll do whatever. This mentality is something that we're very proud of here at the Dex brand and at Our City Investments. Okay. So we have only a few minutes left. So we have Dex Ally. We also have Dex Web Tools. Okay. As you're building your brand out, as you're working your idea of, working from home and getting people to follow you and do stuff like that. Maybe you want to advertise on Facebook. Maybe you need a website, you need some security, you need a domain. Of course, you need a domain. If you're going to be doing anything online and building anything, you'll need a domain. Okay. So that's what this is. This is a system that you can buy domains from us. You could buy hosting, you could buy websites, you could buy security, your SSL, which you'll need if you have customers. You can buy, if you need email systems, we got it. If you need to do whatever, we got it. Okay. And it's a very powerful system here because you have us. And when you buy something from us, you buy into a community, and that community will help you build your brand. And how do they do that? Well, we have one other brand within our system called Faber Tech. Now, did I wish I called it Dex Tech or something to that effect? Yeah, I do. But we came up with this name because originally we thought we were going to be getting out of the financial industry. It was hitting us hard last year, right? So we made this brand last year, and we have a bunch of services in here, a bunch of tools, apps and programs and a whole bunch of things. And this brand is finally getting back into, it got collapsed in January because of COVID. And again, in March, really started to lose some groundwork, but we're bringing this back. This is, we're hiring for this company here. So we'll have some links in here pretty soon. So these are the brands that I've been working on. Now, specifically in Dex FX Markets, I've been working on creating the Dex Atomic TV system. Now, it's not for television. The Dex Atomic, as you probably know, is that is the platform. Now, this should be coming out today, a little bit later on. I wanted to make sure I had all the training on and the proper videos, where to go, what to do, how to go, all that kind of stuff. If you got a trading view account, if you don't, that kind of stuff. Okay. And it works really, really well. Speaking of which, let's jump over and get into getting set up here. There is a push of news that's happening right now. And what I'm going to do is that we're going to, I'm going to pause share here. I'm going to open up my, normally I would trade live, since I'm back into trading live. But today I'm practicing on this news process that we're going to be doing out. So I'm going to log out of my live account and log back into my demo account. Okay, we're back into the demo account here. It's 11 o'clock. And so we had some news just released. So we're going to pull up the masters group. Here's the masters groups right now. And we got a couple signals. I was trying to get this all on before. Each one of these has a signal. And what we're looking for is a specific type of setup here. We got a lot of pullback away from the network because we have some news happening. Like I said, there's news that just released at the top of the hour. There's a bunch of 1s and 3s and, crude oil. So the CAD you'll probably see when we get over to that process is going to be through the roof. All right. So what we're looking for is something like this Euro USD. Now, because we have news and a lot of it, we're going to use our medium, or the mean, I should say, right? When we get this area and this area, we're going to sort of go into the mean, right? We're going to use that at 1048 on the buy for 12 o'clock. We're going to binary. We're going to go to Euro USD 1048. There we go. $67. There we go. We're going to do a market real quick right in there. Boom. Not a limit, a market. Thank you. And go. There we go. $29. Boom. All right. Jump back over. That's the euro. Now we're only looking for a setup close to that process because we think that it's going to go against the market just a little bit. Here's another one right here. We're going to look at the euro JPY, but I'm already on a euro. Okay, so I'm not going to break into that one. But let's look at the yen. Some preemptive moves is coming back into it. So we're going to come back up to here and we're going to do this 107.70 on the USD JPY. I'll show you why here in a second. Oh, 770, there's 72, there's 68. We're going to do 72. We're going to do 25 and place order. And that one might get bought up. Now, the reason why we're doing this one is because if you look USD, your Euro USD, USD JPY on USD's on the other side, and it's a sell. This is a buy. So sort of goes in together. And it's far enough away because I'm expecting some major movement here and then it flopping back down. I would probably hit the mean too at 68. You see that? There's 70. There's 68. Here's the red line. There's the mean. We could even look at 68, and 68 would give us a pretty big push here. But again, that news, that's only $34. If I'm going to do the mean, I'd want it more, just a little bit more. All right, let's jump over and look at the secondaries. And you'll probably see that the USD CAD has moved out a lot. Excuse me. I'm going to do that. Where'd you go? I'm going to reset. It hasn't moved as much as I thought it was going to move. Hold control down and you can just make it. There you go. While you use your mouse wheel. Now between these two zones, this is where I kind of want to be. 37.76. We're going to play that one. And you said that USD just got picked up and the USD CAD. I don't like doing this But this is a prima donna pair. So I'm going to kind of take it into another levels, 37.30. What did I say? I just talked myself out of it. We're going to hit that mean right in the middle. 0767. That's what it was. 0769. That's, yeah. So we're going to do that. We're going to put the working order on. We're going to hit place order. Now, remember, we got some news in that process. And some of you are probably wondering, you know, why are we playing the mean, right? We're playing the mean in some of the processes that we're doing. Well, because what we have noticed ever since we started to put this information in here and having TradingView on board is that these are not absolutes. This is an area, and the sum of an area, right? The best spot is the mean. It's never a line in the sand. It's the mean. It's in the middle, right? So that's what we're utilizing here. We're utilizing the power of that. It didn't get picked up. Okie dokie. But we got about an hour on that process. Now, as you can kind of see, look what happens. The outskirts of this zone here becomes halfway, and we get action, right? We get this action right here. And that's pretty powerful for us to know, you know, is that this action that happens here for a reason, not because this mean is here, not because this zone is here. This zone was probably created 3 or 4 times before it even got here. But then the buyers, the people that, you know, that learn lessons from these lessons up here know that this is the outside. And so what happens, this is how this zone is created. These people say that this is the outside, right? And so what happens then, everybody goes, well, if this is the outside, this is the zone, this is where everybody's popping off. If I put a stop loss right here, that means that this line is broken, right? Or if I put a stop loss, you know, final stop loss all the way to here, you know, I put an alert here and a stop loss here, then what's it going to do? Right? Then they know that because what they're hoping on is that this is going to be what? Support. And in the real world, they're hoping that that'll be support, and it'll bounce off and go up, and they'll make their money, right? So instead, they'll put a stop loss here, and this thing will come down and hunt it, right? It'll keep looking, boom, right? And so that's why these zones are created. Or it could be that there is a tremendous amount of people that come in and say, okay, when the market gets to here, that means that this is broken and it's going to be going sell. Get it to here, and they put a stop loss here. See what I'm saying? So brokers in the world of the market is weird, right? This is human. This is the human element playing the game. This is the human element saying, okay, I want to take your money. I want to find a way to take your money. And that's all it's going to do. Now, luckily, we're playing a horse race that we're sitting back at the bar, off-track betting, basically, in a derivative with Nadex. Okay, and that's where this thing is sitting at right now. So what we're hoping on here with this little news event is just kind of show you that the idea of news is it's not always big giant bars. It may be a reverse of direction. It may be a subtle play that it goes in one way for a little while, and you can monopolize on that. Right? There's a way to trade it that if you get it close and it moves in your favor, there's a possibility that you could probably get to your 25. Like if you got a contract for $35 profit margin, right? $35 profit margin, and you wanted to get to $25, you're only going to get to about 70% of your contract, right? So it's about right. So you'll probably hit that one, right? If you get it for $40, or if you see a zone in here, right? Like if we have a signal and that's the zone and it goes all the way up into here, there's a possibility that's coming back, right? Because these signals are very powerful. There's a possibility that it's coming back. And if it is coming back, getting a 3-to-1 or 1-to-3 risk to reward, you know, I'm risking $25 to make 75. Could you imagine if that's, I would play those odds all day long if I seen that happen. I would look for those, you know. That's why when we do get a signal that we see that goes against us, we do the one-to-one buy-in, right? That's where if you get a sell, right? You get a sell and you bought it for $25 profit margin, $75 risk, and it goes OTM. You wait till it gets to $75 profit with $25 risk on the other side. That way you are risking total. You got 2 contracts now, and the average should be about $50. So if you win, you'll win 50. If you lose, you'll lose 100. Of course, well, if you win, you'll win 100. If you lose, you'll lose 100. Right? So there's that possibility. But we play the odds even further by going and saying, all right, listen, if the pair gets to $25 profit, scalp me out, because the averages is that it's went OTM for a reason. It's probably going to lose, but it'll always bounce back to come back to test that zone first. Law of averages. Okay. And we'll show those if we get into one today. But looks like that USD CAD did get bought in 37.69. The others are doing okay. Again, I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about the trades winning or losing today. I'm looking to see how well the interaction and a counteraction of the means work with what I am seeing, right? I'm seeing a different thing that most of you are seeing. Excuse me. My allergies kicked off and we turned on the air. It was really hot this morning. All right. And this is the USD JPY. So let's jump over and look at our trade on the chart for that's Dex Atomic. That's not that one. All right, here's the USD CAD. Now, so this is where we're getting pushed, right? And what did we choose? We chose 37.69. And there's 37.69 right there. And we chose the outside. Chose this line here because we were all the way here, right? It started to drop all the way down. We came to here. It may have been better to choose the mean, but still in this box, right? Now, what happens when you get a double line like this? This double line is like, because it's so close, you know, getting the mean doesn't really matter so much. But there's another part of this, right? This deviation from here to here is like no man's land, right? So you can kind of see that the real, right, here's the mean of this zone here, but then where's the real outskirt, right? That's the, like, it's like that, right? And so then what happens to the outline here, right? Becomes the mean, right? Pretty wild, right? So there's two major zones that are here. This is one. Right? This whole one is one here, right? And then another one is from right here to here. Right? And that's what plays often in that process. So if you get a pair that's down below and you get this magic number happening, like right in here, where's the real power? It's from here to here. This is the real push off. And look what happened. It came up, touched this zone, because this zone is very powerful, and now it's pushing off again, right? You're going to get 1, 2, 3 up, and it's going to come down. Where I get a little worried, just a little worried, is watching this. Not so much worried about these, but this and this. These are pretty strong jumps, right? And what are they doing? They're getting higher, right? Now, if we do get the push here, in fact, we don't have our trusty friend, the MA, on board. Let's get that and show you. There, we got that. See, so we're bouncing. We came off of this. Oh God, I've got my pen tool on everything. we had this little bit of a push down, and it kind of just vibrated a little bit, right? We're playing this big giant channel that's here, okay, with this big red zone down here, okay, because it's 3,700 is this red zone. This is the 3,700 zone. It's pretty powerful, okay? But now we're starting to look on the mean now, or on the moving average, I'm seeing a little bit of more of a push downwards. So what we're hoping on is this, and you can kind of see it now, right? That it kind of vibrates, chases some markets, comes back down, chase some, and then comes back down and chase. You know, now I think it's getting tired of trying to push up past this zone, because it's trying to push into this zone, right? And it gets hit, gets knocked out, goes through, but then it has to come back down, gets knocked out. And now it's just doesn't have any more power. It either has to get so much power to push all the way through to be up in here, or it has to drop down. And that's what we're hoping this signal is here, is that drop down. How would I have played this signal? Boy, I don't know why it's so blurry. I feel so bad for some of you. If you're watching this, I do apologize. I don't know why it's blurry. Because that's why it's blurry. Click on your settings right here. I was at 144p here, so go 720p. Very crazy. Very, very crazy. Little bastards. All right. Go to settings and hit P there. So that should do it. Oh, there it is. You buggers. All right. So we are still into some trades. We're doing pretty well. This 1060, 1040, we're about 12 pips up on this one. We got 42 minutes left. 32.62, 69.7 on that one. Yeah, I'm not too much worried about it. Even if it does, what are we going to do? We're going to come back in. We're going to grab on the other side. This may have been a day. And then again, learning a lesson. I'd rather learn a lesson in demo than learn it in live at this point, right? Because the way everything is, every dollar counts, right? And to learn that lesson. Give me 1 second here, folks. Sorry about that. Had to blow my nose. It would have been very rude of me to try to blow my nose in front of everybody. All right. Take a sip of coffee. So now, what are we doing? What are we waiting on? Well, basically, this is it. This would be my morning, right? I'll be back at, I don't know if I'm going to stay to 12 and do a trade at that point. You know, if I stay at 12 and do a trade at that point, then that could be something that I'll be trading live on to make my money in this morning. Yesterday we traded, made $100. The day before that was 120 something, and the day before that 130. So, which was traded at night, you know, later on in the evening. So not bad week so far, 360 in that area, right? Can't tell you exactly because corporation will count, but we did pretty well this week. We've been trading nothing but the trading view charts, utilizing this process. Now, somebody asked me in chat the other day, am I going to open up the USD MXN on DexFX markets? And the answer is not yet. Not yet. But if you have the trading view charts, you can use it to trade on these. I don't think it's a main pair. It's not a master pair. So let's go over and have a look at that. Okay, it will not be trading. It trades intradays up until 3 o'clock, right? And it looks like it's the, yeah. And I think its weekend is today, I think, because it only has a daily up to 3 p.m. It's pretty wild. let's go have a look at it. Let's pull it up on a chart here. Let me do new chart. Let's do USD MXN. Boom, just like that. Kill the volume. And then go up to my indicators, built-ins. Oh, no. Invite only scripts. Yay, look at that. Look at this. Oh, lovely. Boom. Oh, wrong one. Boom, that one. And let's have a look to see how well they do. All right, let's also add a built-in moving average. There we go. Looks like we could use this one here. If we did the mean here, look at, I love this, right? In between those two, there's the mean, right? In between the red and here, there's the mean. How well does that work? 2687, 2687, 2687, 260. Oh, okay. 2660. It's used as a double. So we're looking at 26. Yep, 26. 26. There you go. On the cell. Now, this is where it gets kind of crazy. If I'm going to do that kind of number, right? Because I don't know how well this pair works yet. I'm only risking 36. I'm going to do a market order. Place the order now. There we go. We're going to use this as an experiment here, but utilizing the same premise as what we were talking about, right? With this pushback to the mean, even if it does come out. And we got it for $65 profit because it's 2.6 is out of the money already, right? At 2.6, it's 2.657. So we got it for that. Right? So it's a little bit, it's not a one-to-one risk to reward yet, but it's, if you look at this, it's a little bit better than that, right? Because we got it better for $50 profit. So what could you do with something like this? Well, look what's happening right now. We just got in, right? And how much do you want to make per contract on the average? $25, right? So if I bought it for 25, if I sold it for 65, how much do I need to sell it for? Right? 45. Right? If I bought it for 65, I want to make $25. I need to sell it for 40. Right? So let's do 39. And place the order. I'm not out to try to make the 65, right? I want to make what's my bare minimum per contract is. There it is. I just made $25 per contract on that one trade, and it was only on for a couple of minutes, right? All because I was able to spot the mean. Yeah, see? You're able to spot that process. You know, where's this pair going to? It's probably going to go to the mean, hit off on the moving average, and bounce off, even if it's just for a second. That was $25 made. And again, it's demo, of course, but could have been made in the other. And the answer is yeah, absolutely. Let's jump over and look at our hard trade for the USD CAD. There we go. And here we are, big bar. Hopefully we get some shrinkage back here. Bounce off of this mean in the area and hopefully come back out of it. We'll see what happens. Again, remember, this is our prima donna pair. It could travel 100 pips north and come back 108 pips and we could still lose. So you know what I mean? It could come back. It could come all the way up 108 pips, come back 120 pips, and then come back up 15 pips, and we could still lose. So I've been with this pair for a very long time. This little prima donna pair. And here we go, closed out. Anything, it's just bouncing off of that mean. God, this is like writing history before it happens. It's pretty crazy. When you have the knowledge, when you have the, now where did all this experience come from? It came from me just trading, learning the systems. That's what it is. That's all it is. So that was a good trade on the USD Maxi and the peso. Now I'm not too worried about the USD CAD in a 1-to-1. Pull back up here again, 37.69. What this needs to get to is that if it does go out of the money, what do I want to buy it at? Well, I want to buy it at 75, right? I only want to risk $25. So if it does do that, why do I want to do it just at that number? I don't want to do anything higher because it's crazy. But 75, because I've got 25 here. Between the two, that'll give me a 1-to-1 risk to reward. So I'll do that just in case, because it's probably going to do that. It's probably going to jump to that level. And then it's going to come back into it again. So once it gets bought, I'll show you how to handle that process. So once this gets bought up, you know, if I bought this for $35 profit, then I only really need to do $65 on the other side when I do that trade. A little higher. Come on. Come on. Come on. There it is. Come on. $74 is close enough. Can it get? It's like they know. It's like they know. No. Look at that. That was so close. That was so close. Come on, you little bugger. Get up there. See, this is micro trading. I don't like micro trading. I like setting my stuff and going. How close would it be? I guess it would be a little bit on the other side of that, wouldn't it? Yeah. There we go. Come on. You were trying to wait for it to get to 75, but what it needs to get is the current market price needs to get between the bid offer spread, which is $6-7. So it really needs to get to 81 before it hits. I'm going to do that. Mint order. There it is, bought. So we're close. It's like $2.50 off of our mark, right? So $50 on either side. So close to 1-to-1, very close to 1-to-1. I got it for a reason on that. So it's, well, now look at it. It's killing it, right? So it's at 79. Of course it did that. So now what we're going to do is I wanted to use this so I can show you the way that we do that. We got in, now we're on a 1-to-1 risk to reward, right? We got two contracts, 1-to-1 risk to reward. We're on a sell, right? So we have to imagine you always sell for higher than you bought it for, right? So we sold it for $47.50. We want to buy it, go back and hit time and buy it for $25 less, right? Because that's what we want to make. We want to make 25 bucks on our stuff. So if we bought it for $47.50, right? Get your calculator out. Don't make any mistake, you math wizards, right? If we bought it for $47.50, we bought it for $47.50. We want to sell it for $25 less, so minus 25. So we want to buy it at $22.50, right? $22.50. There we go. And it has to be for two. It has to be for the same amount in place order. There we go. Now this is sort of set and forget. You know, if we lose, we've lost $103, right? It's unfortunate, you know, but I'd rather risk a 1-to-1 than anything else. And it gives me that opportunity. Now, some say if you're putting the working order on, you're not really risking. You're risking, you know, it's like it messes with the numbers. But I don't care. My mentality is that right now, if this doesn't get bought, I've risked a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. And that to me is a safe bet because I have an opportunity to still make money. I've already made $25 quick money on that USD MXN on the US peso. Okay. This could still drop down. I'm not going to look at the chart for any inspiration. Oh, except for that. That's beautiful, right? In the mean, there it is. There's that one. Here it is. And there's the mean. It's always bouncing off that mean. Okay. Keep that in mind. You know, it hits that mean. If you were to put in an order for down below on this, you know, this is knowing your zones. Knowing your zones. Look at this. This is beautiful, right? Knowing these zones is huge. So, all right. Let's see what else we can do. Just sort of sitting around waiting for this thing to maybe pop back in unbeknownst to everybody else, you know, below the 69 again. But that's seven pips. So, but again, it's the prima donna pair. All right. All right. So I'm not going to sit here and wait until all the way a half hour just to watch those things. Google in the description of this, inside the members group, I'll put on how well everything worked out into that process. But before we leave, I wanted to kind of give you, you know, a small little update on the TradingView charts. They are coming. I promise you. If you have a free account, if you're going to be able to trade this thing. If you don't got a lot of money, you can't afford a TradingView account, and it's so technical over there, don't just get it to get it. All right. If you really are going to be trading, you want the versatility, you want the data, you want all that stuff, and you can afford to do it and you have the time, then do it. Right. Don't do it right now if you are not the person that's going to want to trade and get on board and make that stuff happen. Okay. If you're not that person, don't do it yet. Okay. I'm trading during the news right now, practicing and getting sharpening, you know, cutting my teeth on trading these, that type of news. And for this end of the month, and I'm seeing how well the market values. This may teach me a lesson not to trade on these days, right? I've already learned that lesson trading on a handful of other days. I don't trade the NFP. I don't trade the FMOC. I don't trade those things because they're too volatile and they're too unpredictable, right? Some of these other smaller hit news, you know, for like crude oils and stuff like that, I want to see how well it operates if I'm using the means and how well it stays true to those. Okay. So that's what I'm trading right now. Look at this. This is beautiful. Hopefully we can get another couple down arrows from here and get us back down below here. If not, then it is what it is. Okay. So in learning these solutions for us, we have to kind of take in what we want to do with this information. So don't come over to the TradingView charts unless you're absolutely going to use them. And that's the process you want to have in your life. Okay. Because it's going to take a lot of time. It's going to take you like if you already have experience trading the Dex Atomic, then stay, you know, then come on over. If you don't have that, cut your teeth over on the system. Okay. Get in here and trade the Dex Atomic 1 hour charts and get your teeth cut on this, right? These are pretty powerful charts. Don't get me wrong. All right. There's a lot of stuff in here. Let's see if we crack onto this USD CAD. This will keep you out of a lot of trades too, right? Here's that 69, right? Here's that level of 69, grab into the mean, you know, here's a 69 here. You would have to look and see that these levels up here, these levels aren't on here from what it looks like over a TradingView, right? But the 69, the big boys are, the big numbers are. I've opted not to put every line on because that's data, right? Takes a lot. Now the CAD is like, this is what I said. Remember, go 100 pips in one direction, come back here, and then still lose. So, but we still got like 30 something minutes left. But again, I'm not here to prove to you that the CAD works on this process. I'm here to prove to myself that it does or doesn't, and to trade or not to trade. That's why we did not trade on live today. We just use this practice to do that. All right. If you have any problems, have any questions, please don't hesitate to give us a call. Phone number's on the website. donation pages here as well. If you're doing well and things are working out, please donate. Make sure that you hit and subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you're in the Facebook group, give us a shout out. Let us know how you're doing. If you're not into the Discord system yet, you should be. Shame on you. You should be down there in that Discord network. If you're not sure what Discord is, get into training and get down to level 7 here in Trading Room Discord. Huge. There's people down there. They want to help you. You can trade. You can learn a lot of stuff. You can ask questions. You got Ron Ficker, David Menning, got a lot of other people down there. Hackmeister, everybody, right? So get in there and start utilizing the tools that are in front of you, you free people. All right. I'm Max Farrow. This is Dex FX Markets. This is Trading Live with Max. Wanted to give you a quick market read and an update of everything that's going on here on the 28th of May, 2020. We'll see you next time. I might be back in an hour or so, or at the top of the hour. If I am, I am. If I'm not, then I'll see you next time. I take Fridays off of trading. I suggest that you find a day that you don't trade. Don't try to trade every single day. All right. Fridays are usually a bad day for me anyway, so I take that day off. But I'll see you next time. And as always, trade well.